Hi everybody, today we continue our Beatles documentary review series with our look at the 8-part Beatles Anthology documentary that came out in 1996. Now this is the first Beatles documentary told by the Beatles, and like I said, it consists of 8 parts. Um, the and it goes through the band's inception, first as the Quarrymen, all the way through to their breakup in 1970 and the recording of Let It Be and Abbey Road. Um, now, uh, like I said, it tells their complete story, warts and all. Um, and uh, and it is really the definitive Beatles documentary, and it is my favorite Beatles documentary. Um, and it was released on eight videotapes and I don't know how many DVDs because I think the DVD version had 2 episodes on one DVD, 2 episodes per DVD. And it has interviews with George Martin, Derek Taylor, um, and of course all the Beatles. And as part of the bonus features of on the Beatles Anthology, it details the making of the Beatles Anthology, both the CD sets and the documentary, and it also has uh, a featurette detailing the recording of the two newly discovered John Lennon songs at that time, Free as a Bird and Real Love, which were the first new Beatles recordings in 1996 to consist of all 4 Beatles. What these were tapes that Yoko had saved and given to the band to use as part of the documentary, and Paul, George, and Ringo overlaid instruments and vocals to John's existing demo of Free as a Bird and Real Love. Now, as part of the release of the anthology series, they also released 3 anthology CDs. The first CD consisted of the early recordings from, I believe, from 62 to maybe 65, and then the second CD set contained recordings and session tapes from Help all the way to, I believe, the White Album, and then the last CD set consisted of recordings from the White Album all the way to Abbey Road, and yet another release that was part of the anthology package in 2000, before George Harrison passed away. He participated in the writing, in the compiling of a companion book to the Beatles Anthology, which is essentially the Beatles story, but in print form, to kind of go along with the with the with the CD and doc, documentary. Um, Now, as far as the CDs go, there is a wealth. Like I said, there is a wealth of outtakes and session tapes on all three of the CDs. Particularly, my favorite version of Obladi from the White Album sessions is on the third Anthology CD. Actually, I think I wish they would have used that recording of Obladi on the White Album, but they didn't. And my favorite version of One After 909 is on the first Anthology set. And again, I wish they had recorded One After 909 like they did back in the early 60s for Let It Be, but they didn't. And there's even interview snippets on the CDs. I think they were taken from the documentary. And another outtake that is on the first CD set is the rendition of My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, which the Beatles recorded with Tony, one of their first recordings as a band backing up Tony Sheridan. So, as I said, this is my favorite Beatles documentary, and I hope you enjoy it. And I give it about 5 stars. Enjoy the documentary.